Welcome everybody to the channel. Well, what are we here to discuss? Well, I think we need to discuss Saitama. I mean, this thing has been ripping in the last few days, and then we just seen a massive dump. Surprise, surprise, this is what happens when you have a massive pumponomics behind a project and you've got people pumping the crap out of the project. You are going to get a big, fat, juicy, smelly dump right after it, and this is pretty much what we've seen. I don't normally do videos on Saitama, but I kind of got into Saitama in the last 3 weeks, and I've been following it, following the release of Saitama, which, yeah, I mean, I'm not going to comment on that. I think there's been a lot of other YouTubers who have commented on that, and I'm not going to get into that. This is just to talk about the fundamentals and the technical analysis part of Saitama. I'm not a financial advisor, guys. If you want financial advice, go and pay someone and get some proper financial advice. This is just for entertainment purposes. And yeah, let's get started. So we're looking at this chart on a 4-hour chart. This is Saitama. This is where we're at. We are at right here. So a lot of you guys are panicking. There's been a lot of panic selling in the last few days since the Saitama release in Vegas. A lot of people are worried that they're losing all their money and that they're all going to go broke. It's the end of the world. Remember, guys, you will only lose money if you sell at a loss. If you hold what you've got, you won't lose any dollars. You will regain what you've got. You might lose some profits, and you might go into an uncomfortable situation that you're not enjoying, but you won't lose any cash unless you cash out. I mean, that's an obvious one, but people tend to forget that and they panic sell, and it's not great to panic sell. Also not great to get in at the top, which a lot of people did, unfortunately, get in at the top, and now they're holding they're holding Saitama at really high prices. That's worth half of what they purchased it for, so that's also not great. Remember, you buy big green candles, you get big red dildos, as they say. That's the obvious one here. So just a quick TA overview. We were kind of ranging between these purple lines. This channel was in action since sort of mid-October, and we then went into this consolidation period over here that I'm kind of circling around. Started from the beginning of November. People were sort of holding on to Saitama, not really doing much with it, because everyone knew that there was a big lead up coming up to this Saitama release. Now, when you see this happen, you know that there's something going on. Obviously, this was the peak of the Saitama release, the events and the big pumpalicious news leading up to it, and then followed by the not so pumpalicious dump afterwards, which is not great, but it's to be expected. This is what you get out of crypto. When you've got an RSI level indicator down here telling you that it's in overbought territory, you know that you know that you're going to get a dump. You just know. I mean, come on, let's face it. Everyone knew that, and everyone was probably too greedy to realize it and pull out. Little purple box I drew here. I drew this 2 weeks ago. When you zoom out on a daily chart, the analysis or the technical analysis tools point that this is just too red hot, and it's melting. Then it needs to cool down, and this box, which is the 618 and 786 level, is where it needs to cool down into. And we kind of touched that. We've kind of entered that box. We have literally touched that at 4 o'clock today. And we've now sort of opened a new candle, and time will tell if this candle will continue to fall below, or it will pump back up again. I'm sort of predicting, again, I'm not a financial advisor, but I would like to see, as much as most of you guys don't like to hear it, I'd like to see this retract a little bit further down into this purple box. Because if we can get into that purple box, it will give people more of an opportunity to buy at lower prices, and I mean, that's a positive, right? You want this to be cheaper so we can buy more Saitama. If it does go into this purple box, we can probably expect to see a few things happen. We could potentially get a consolidation event happening here, so where we kind of dump further into the box, and then sort of we might even touch the 786 level, which is down here, and then maybe range back up and just consolidate for a little while doing this. That's what I'm sort of expecting to see from now until the audit is done, and until we get some more news on the Saitama release, which is coming up in 2 weeks according to the development team. So we need to see, wait and see what happens. But there is a lot of support around, I wouldn't say a lot actually, let me take that back, but there is some level of support around this area here, the 618 level on the fib retracement tool. It does seem to have a bit of support here, right here, which is, if you look at the price on the right hand side, it's 50850. We're currently at 86292 as the time of this recording. So that's what I'm predicting will happen. We're going to go into a further dip, potentially bounce off that 786, somewhere in there, back up through, and we really need to get back into this territory in here, in this channel. It would be great if we can climb back into this channel over the next 24 to 48 hours, but I'm not confident that will happen. If we do, great. I mean, that's fantastic news for us. If we don't, then also great, because it means people who didn't have a chance of buying in at the higher levels can now buy in at lower levels, which will also, price-wise, it will drive the price further up as more people buy into it and raise the activity and the transactions. So, but yeah, I mean, overall, looking good. It's normal. Don't panic. RSI looks great. The volume's starting to come back in. We need to retract a little bit further down, consolidate for a couple of days, maybe weeks, and then slowly but surely we'll pick up again and maybe head back into this channel or create a new channel where we can then get some sort of maybe sideways action, or go back up again to previous all-time highs, previous levels, or all-time high, I should say. That's what we're sort of looking at, guys. I just wanted to make a really quick update video on Saitama from how I see things. If you like what you heard and what you've seen, drop a comment below, hit the thumbs up, and subscribe. Appreciate any feedback, and yeah, that's pretty much all I've got for you guys. I'll catch you on the next one. Bye for now.